Let's turn attention now to Rivers State, where 3 more commissioners have resigned from Governor Simininalayi Fubara's cabinet, bringing the total number of resignations to 8 in just 2 days. The 3 latest resignations include Commissioner for Education, Professor Chinedu Mmom, Commissioner for Housing, Dr. Worlu, as well as the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Jacobson Nbina. 5 commissioners, or rather 8 commissioners, resigned within 2 days from the Rivers State government cabinet, including Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Zacchaeus Adangor, whose resignation letter was dated 14th November 2023. I'm joined now by Public Affairs Analyst Ebere Duro for more on this situation in Rivers State. Would you say there is an element of surprise, particularly the way and manner the Rivers State governor has responded in the past few weeks?
Good evening, Nifemi. Great to be here today with you, and good evening, Nigerians. These are quite interesting times in our democratic evolution, especially as regards Rivers State. It didn't come to anyone as surprise. I think the only surprise here is that people are still asking what exactly is the rift between the sitting governor and, in quotes, his political godfather. You know, no one can really say, you know, from the outside world today, what exactly is the rift between the two of them. Just less than 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago, you saw the publication on the dailies, most dailies, Governor Sim Fubara calling Wike his Oga, you know, in his felicitation and messages to the 56th birthday of the former governor, you know, and then all the heartfelt messages and goodwill messages and prayers to the former governor. And then you're also seeing the political dynamics in Rivers State taking some shocking dimensions. So from the first time this thing happened, we all thought, okay, probably, especially when Governor Fubara said things happen between father and son and they have resolved it, we thought everything had been laid to rest until it surfaced again a few days ago. And this time around with a different dimension. Immediately, the issue surfaced again. I personally was not surprised about what has started playing out. You know, the only thing I want to appeal to Governor Fubara and to former Governor Wike is that they should allow the people of Rivers State to enjoy the dividends of democracy in Rivers State. They should allow for governance in Rivers State, and they should not allow this issue to escalate beyond what it is today. Rivers State is a flashpoint when it comes to issues of violence and all the likes. We do not want these things to escalate to that point. The sitting governor should, as a matter of fact, reach out to the president if he has not done so, to intervene, because his former Oga, or his Oga in his own words, you know, is a serving minister in the cabinet of the president, to actually prevail on the minister for the FCT to allow for peace to reign.
We saw that happen earlier. You remember that the president himself, we understand, spoke with both of them. At least the minister of FCT acknowledged that the president did intervene. The federal government recently says that he has no hand in what is happening. There are some groups in Niger also saying that the president is looking elsewhere. What do you think is an intervention that can resolve this matter from the top?
Okay, I think President Tinubu needs to call the governor of Rivers State, because every square inch of this country, he swore an oath to protect every square inch of this country and to protect every single life of this country. So in the interest of that oath he swore, he needs to nip this in the bud now. He needs to call the sitting governor, probably to Abuja, and then sit down with him and the minister for FCT and resolve this issue. Whatever it is that is brawling between them. We need it resolved. Why I'm saying this is we don't want to say, oh, the federal government has a hand, or the federal government does not have a hand, or the sitting governor is at fault, or the former governor is at fault, is not allowing the sitting governor to perform his functions and duties. Nifemi, let us digress from there and face a very critical issue. 5 members of parliament sat, received the 2024 appropriation
4 actually
bill.
I was saying there were 4.
Sat down, received. Okay, no, there were 4 remaining, right? Because one was in absentia when the others resigned, but that one sat with them. So the news we got is that there were 5 of them, right? If there were 4, fine, no problem. But check that number. Out of 32, less than 20% sat down to receive the 2024 appropriation bill. I'm not a lawyer to say whether it is legal or not. But within 24 hours, the news that we are getting today is that that appropriation bill has been approved. The question is, was due process followed? How many readings did we get? Were ministries, departments, and agencies grilled to defend their budgets and what their propositions were? Did anybody, either the director generals, the permanent secretary, or even the commissioners, come to defend whatever it is that they are proposing to spend in the year 2024? I don't think any of this was followed, because it was just within a space of 24, 48 hours that we're hearing very clearly now that that budget has been approved. Whether it's been signed into law is what I am not very sure of. But has it been approved by the House? Yes, it has been approved. The question now is, how can only 5 people sit down and then say, oh, for the generality of the millions of the people of Rivers State, this budget is good to go?
So,
that's
Mr.
one.
Duru,
A lawyer
we
may
understand.
want to come and argue. Yes.
Sorry, let me just jump in quickly. We understand that 3 more commissioners resigned today, tallying 8 in the past 2 days. Is that good, for the Rivers State government, or you think the matter is getting worse?
Well, we are trying to, whatever I say now, we're playing around 6 and half a dozen, right? If I say it's good for the government, I don't want to sound pro-government or pro-Sim Fubara. If I say, oh, it's not good for the government, I also do not want to see it like the people of Rivers State or Wike's camp is dealing with the governor. No. What we should focus on is that if these guys are leaving, why are they leaving? Are they leaving because they want to leave the governor in strange waters? Or are they leaving because somehow, remember, this governor has not been very vocal about what he is doing? Are they leaving because somehow, somebody is prevailing on them to leave because they are not loyal to him, right? It is either side of the coin, right? But what is important is, as these people are leaving, if you check their antecedents, you see they all belong to the camp of the former governor. I wouldn't know what their permutations are, and I don't want to know. But the truth is, what is going on now is unsettling Rivers State.
But really, what do you think is wrong with our system?
Unsettling the people of Rivers State, yes.
Yes, what do you think is wrong with our system or structure of government that makes it easy for politicians to manipulate it? Because the last time this happened, it was only the roof of the House of Assembly that was removed, and 9 lawmakers were, hindered from being inaugurated and sworn into office. Now we're seeing the whole complex being brought down, and just 4 lawmakers are running the House of Assembly. Is there a problem with our laws, or you think the judiciary isn't doing enough to intervene in this regard?
It's all encompassing, Ifemi. It begins from the process that throws in these government officials into office, and we go back to INEC. If the process that brings these people in are seen to be very transparent and reflecting the wills of the people, you will see politicians being more accountable to the people than to themselves or to their political godfathers. What is playing out in Rivers State is clearly a case of, I am in disagreement with my political godfather. oh, okay, since you are in disagreement with our political godfather, we also will back out and we are not with you. We are with our political godfather. This is just what is playing out in Rivers State. And it goes back to INEC. INEC needs to be strengthened so that we have very credible elections in this country. The judiciary also needs to stand strong. Look at what is happening with our 2024 budget. For the judiciary, in an entire year, I thank God the Senate and the House during the joint screening of MDAs and all that, they cried out that how can you, in a budget of about 20-something trillion, you are budgeting only 165 billion or thereabout for the entire judiciary for the whole of 2024. Do you want the judiciary to go cap in hand begging the executive? In other words, we cannot afford to have a democratic system where our judiciary will become errand boys to both the executive and the legislature. This is the problem, where laws are not respected because the arm of government that is supposed to enforce those laws are already in the pockets of certain personalities.
I hear you, Mr. Duru. I'm afraid we have to go now, but quickly, it's been a very dramatic week in Rivers. In fact, some say it's like watching a football match. You know, I don't know if you saw the final match of the 2023 FIFA World Cup. People are counting scores now from 1-1 to 2-1 to 2-2. So if you had to predict, what's your prediction for the coming week as we watch issues being unveiled and unfold rather in Rivers State? What do you think would happen next?
Ifemi, I'll freely give you the prediction and even give you a prediction for 2024. The first one for the week is that we are going to see more resignations. That's the first, except everyone loyal to Wike has left the government. We are going to see more resignations, and then the sitting governor will quickly replace those people with people who are loyal to him. That's the first. The second is that we are going to see the 27 lawmakers. Some of them are going to decamp back to the PDP. Some are going to go to town crying foul, like they've been doing. That's for Rivers. Then I'm going to make a postulation for Kogi State ahead of 2024 between the sitting outgoing governor, Yahaya Bello, and the incoming governor, Ododo. This may also play out. And I give you a reason for it. Odile Amechi, after 2007, Kwankwaso Ganduji, Oshomole Obaseki, Akpabio Udom.
There's a rich history.
Just count.
So,
yes, they are just not like,
if it doesn't happen in Kogi, it will definitely be an exception. I agree with you completely, but we have to go now. That's our show. Public Affairs Analyst Ebere Duru, thank you so much for talking to us. That's our show today, everyone. You can watch it again.